What's up, guys? Mikey McNuggets here. The Cavs played their first preseason game under the Kenny Atkinson regime last night, and I have about 7 minutes. It's going to be super quick. We're going to break down some of the positives we saw from Darius Garland and Evan Mobley and why, if things continue, this could be a very positive sign for your Cleveland Cavaliers this season. Let's get to it right now on the Ultimate Cavaliers Show. All right, guys, we're going to make this real quick, so let's jump right into things. It was a preseason game against the Chicago Bulls. The Cavs showed almost nothing from an offensive playbook standpoint. They played at Manila, but there were a few things that did stand out. First and foremost, the pacing. They were running, guys, running. We said it since the day they hired Kenny Atkinson. From every conversation we've had with Kenny Atkinson to being up in the forefront of yesterday's preseason debut, the Cavs want to get out and run in transition, and if they can, score some easy buckets. And there was a play or two from Darius and Evan that we're going to show you in 1 second that kind of highlights that. Evan Mobley was an aggressive offensive player last night. They ran the first play of the game for Evan. He took advantage of it. He took advantage of some porous defense from the Bulls on other occasions as well, and Darius Garland was letting it fly from three. So I put together all the offensive plays that both Evan and Darius made, and we're going to play them for you right now and talk about them as we go. So this is the very first offensive possession of the game for the Cavs. Nothing really special here. It's an ISO from Mobley. Check out what he does. Back to the basket, little post hook over the right shoulder. It's a thing of beauty, guys. It's what we've been asking for from Evan Mobley for a while. Second offensive shot from Mobley. Aggressive in the catch and shoot from three. Let's rewind it for a sec. It's not a perfect rewind, but all we want from Evan Mobley is the aggressiveness. If they're going to leave you open, let it fly. That's not wide open, but hand down, man down, let it fly, Ev. If you're going to be a 20-point scorer in the league, those are shots you got to take and make on a consistent basis. I like the aggressiveness. Mobley again gets his own corral, got the ball stripped, whatever, makes it. Nothing special to see there, but it's an aggressive nature from Mo that you like to see. In transition, 3 Cavs down the court, 3 Bulls defenders down the court. Once again, simple basketball leads to simple buckets, and Evan Mobley gets a dunk. Couple plays here that really stand out. This pass from Garland is an absolute freaking dime. We're going to rewind this because it was just an incredible pass. Seriously. I'm not even quite sure this was a design play from Atkinson more than just a read from Mobley and Darius Garland, because you see Mobley up here. He sets a half screen on Jared Allen. That forces the defense. The guy guarding Allen here was originally guarding Mobley. Allen's man's now covering Mobley. It creates a little slip opportunity here right down the crease for Evan Mobley. It takes a really skilled and accurate pass, and Darius Garland delivers it on a tee. I mean, you can't pass it any better than that. That is a thing of beauty. I'm not sure this is fully designed as a play, more of a concept that we'll see in different variations from Kenny Atkinson, but in this one particular instance, that is picture perfect execution there from the Cavs, and simply that's a high big pick and roll situation or screen to screener situation. We never saw that at all under the JB Bickerstaff offense. We're going to let this thing roll through here. A couple more plays here from Evan Mobley. This one was his best of the game, and we're going to watch this a few times. Okay, Ev, I see you. First and foremost, a couple of things to point out here. Evan catches in the corner. That can go up as a shot. Hand down, man down from the corner. Not bad. But you see, I think that's Vucevic defending him. Flat-footed on the baseline. Look at Evan Mobley. No hesitation. I'm going to go back 1 second here. No hesitation from Evan Mobley. Catches and attacks the defender who's in a bad position to close out. Vucevic, no chance to recover. And when he gets there with the left-handed finish, okay. I don't remember that being in Evan Mobley's bag last season. Maybe it was and didn't have the aggressiveness or confidence to try and blow by defenders, but that's a lazy closeout from Vucevic. Mobley makes him pay. It's little things, guys. Not super impressive, not over-the-top skill, but it's an aggressive mindset that you need to have from Evan Mobley, and this is my favorite play from last night. We talked about the pacing. We talked about the running. We talked about trying to get easy looks. Evan Mobley. Oh, this isn't it. This coming up. But this is another good pass from Darius. Mobley out in transition off the defensive rebound. You love to see it. Mobley again. His feet matching his body. He misses a shot, but once again, attacking a defender who's not in the proper closeout position. There's a nice block from Mobley. Leads to another transition outlet for the Cavs. You reward the big man for running. Donovan dumps it off. Mobley with the easy finish. There's a play coming up in a second. It's a coast-to-coast for Evan Mobley. Well, there it is. It actually didn't put in the beginning, but he got the rebound on that play from a defensive standpoint. Goes coast-to-coast, and that's what you need to see from Evan Mobley. It's not giant improvements. He's averaging 16 points a game as a non-aggressive first option. If he could just become a little more aggressive, it's not going to be a catastrophic jump to see his points increase by a pretty significant margin. There's a corner three. Spacing, pacing, you like to see it. This one for Mobley, I don't love the footwork. Doesn't really matter. He makes the shot. I thought he looked a little clunky there, kind of a little Bambi-ish still, but for the most part, Mobley was getting to his spots last night. It's a preseason game. The Bulls not playing a ton of defense. This is his final shot attempt of the game here. Mobley, pick and roll, finishes. Got to make that. Seriously, that's Mobley. That's one of the ones you got to make. If you're going to get that close to the bucket, you got to make it. But for the most part, an aggressive, impressive Evan Mobley in his debut. Let's talk Darius Garland now, who took 10 threes last night. This was the first one. And Kenny Atkinson told me, he's told every reporter who's asked, he's told everyone who dares ask the question, what do you need from Darius? It's the volume from three. They're not all going to be great. That's a bad shot. I don't like that one. It's an air ball, bad result. But it's an aggression level from Darius that opens up things for everyone else. It allows you to then use a little hesitation, get to the cup, float game. He took 10 shots last night. 6 of them were from three, and I love that right there. Doesn't make it, it's a great shot. If you're open, Darius, you got to let it fly. It's going to open up things for everyone else around the basket because the defense will naturally be drawn out to you on the perimeter. Once again, they didn't show any offensive plays. The closest thing to an offensive play you get was the pass we showed earlier from Darius Garland to Evan Mobley, but they're really just playing basketball. It's what you expect in a preseason game, but right there, perfect example. Let's go back and see that again of why he has to be aggressive in these situations. High pick and roll. Mobley sets the screen. Kobe White's going to go under the screen here. All right, gets really caught up. Doesn't really go under. Doesn't make an effort to go over is the better way to phrase it. That's an open, good look in the NBA. You're not going to get many better shots, especially halfway through an offensive possession from a shot clock standpoint, than that. And Darius Garland's proven, he did not shoot the ball well last year, but throughout his career has proven to be a capable knockdown shooter of that ilk when left open. And these are shots that, once again, didn't necessarily go in on this, or that one did go in, that he can make it a high clip and a consistent rate. And if you make those and you take those at that rate, it forces the defense to do so many things that they don't naturally want to do. And then you get them out of position, playing out of character, playing from a defensive standpoint, responding to your offense. And then they have to get up, close out, and it allows Darius to do what he does best, which is stuff like this. All right, Darius made a couple threes. We got to get up tight, close out, can't lay off. And good luck staying in front of Darius Garland, especially if you're a guy like Josh Giddey, who is not the quickest of foot. You're going to get torched. Second half here. Little bit same level of aggression from Darius. Step back, makes it. He's capable. He shot the second highest percentage on step back threes last year. I personally get quite annoyed by the step back threes. It's not my personal shot of choice, but if you can make it at that rate, it's a better shot for some than it is for others, and Darius has proven he can make it. I don't love it, but it's certainly not a bad shot in the arsenal. Here's a couple of his assists from last night in transition, finds Donovan in the corner. This is going to come back. This is a Mobley bucket, but in transition, no one guards Mobley. You're going to see a little pick and roll, high slip, pass to Mobley. Again, that was the play of the night. It's going to come up right here. This is the big-to-big screener we talked about in the Mobley highlights. Just an absolute dime there from Darius. And last but not least, the final assist of the game from Darius Garland in transition once again. Gets the rebound. They're going to kick it to Darius. Darius going to thread the needle to Evan Mobley for the finish. Guys, it wasn't a perfect game. They ended up losing. Craig Porter Jr. took a bad shot late. But for the most part, I liked a lot of the things I saw from the offense in terms of just the basic of most basic principles. They like to run. They wanted to run. And Evan Mobley looked aggressive. And at the end of the day, if Evan Mobley's aggressive and Darius Garland is shooting threes when given the opportunities to and not just dancing with the ball up top, that's going to make the Cavs a much better team all around. I got to run. We had 10 minutes. We got it done in 9 minutes and 30 seconds. And I will see you guys tomorrow on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Peace.